Alright, hello everybody, Silver here. We're back. I do have something little important to talk about. And this doesn't apply to just if you're playing like ZZZ. This applies to everybody who plays like a Hoyo game. Right now. And it really only applies if you're somebody who, and I'm not endorsing this, but if you're the type of person who, gets things like mods, I do see people with mods on YouTube and stuff. I don't use them myself, but if you are the type who enjoys, modding your game to have the characters look a certain way. Maybe you want them in a different outfit that's not provided by Hoyo. Maybe you want to slightly change some of the outfit, I recommend you, if you have mods saved on your computer, to keep them. To keep them saved. Maybe put, like, a backup. Just because right now, this has happened for a little bit. We've been having this issue for a little bit. Because I am in modding servers, even if I don't mod. But specifically, for some reason, the only reason I don't mod is because of my, PC specs. It's kind of hard to do that. But it's not because I disavow modding. I can't endorse it, but I don't, disavow it. Because it doesn't give you any benefits. But all Hoyo game modding servers recently have been having a problem with people striking other people, reporting the servers, and it's specifically for a lot of Hoyo games, not just like ZZZ. It's Hoyo specific modding servers. So if you do have mods for any of those games, I have to advise you to be careful. If you're in a server that has, a mod archive or anything, I would recommend getting it backed up. So, in case anything does happen, you have them. Because there's a lot of things going on. And you're not gonna hear about it a ton. Genuinely. You're not gonna hear people make a video on something like that. Most often times. But as of right now, they're one of the servers that was quite big into Hoyo modding and gacha game modding has recently been taken down fully because of somebody. There is no clue on who it was, who did it, but it did happen. And there's a lot of people, searching for a new server or something. And right now, it's not a safe time for any of that, genuinely. Because it seems all of them, to a degree, are at risk of somebody just coming in and reporting either users who post mods, even if they're not, bad at all. There's just been people doing that kind of thing recently. So yeah, if you have any mods and you want to make sure to keep them, you want to make sure to keep them just in case, you know. Make a backup if you can. It's it's honestly a big deal for like modders because even if it's like a Discord that like a server that they might you know put out paid content onto a server, that still drums up a ton of business for the original creator. And it's not like the servers themselves won't take something down if they were asked. Uh, like, legally, they can't keep it up if you ask. But most servers I was in, they would take stuff down if you asked. They've done it before. And then they would make sure with the actual mod creators that it was okay a lot of times. Uh, they'd be like, oh, hey, yeah, hey. Because a lot of the mod creators themselves are also in these servers. By the way, it's not just like oh, hey, they can't see it, so, they're in the servers a lot of times. So they can be like, oh, hey, I'm not ready for that to be public yet. Do you mind taking it down for the moment? Like, they do that. It's a genuinely, oftentimes, great community. But right now, there's an issue in the community where there's just it's likely a group of bad actors who are going through Hoyo game modding servers in general to take them down. So do just be careful with that. If you're in a server that has mods, if you have the space or anything like that, it would be a good idea to catalog them and then have a backup of them somewhere in case you wanted to use some of those mods. So that piece of the internet doesn't get lost. Because while it's not like official or anything, it's still like a page in, ZZZ itself. And I hate the idea of shit getting lost like that.
Don't worry.
I'm not naming any servers or anything. I'm not directly naming any. But there have been a lot of issues with servers, specifically just Hoyo servers in general, or servers that have Hoyo games. Because I'm in other game modding servers that don't have these issues. It's specifically Hoyo games that have been being hit recently. And there's a lot of theories on, like, a lot of people have, like, different theories on what's actually going on. And it's never a great idea to speculate on what's happening without, knowing if there's something going on behind the scenes. A lot of times the server owners or the staff are going to try to take care of it. The best bet is to kind of like wait patiently because It will get better. A modding community doesn't just die like that. This is the internet. We find a way. You know what I mean? We find a way to do the things that we want to do.
Let's get to work.
And this is a major setback in like the modding scene in general. It is a major setback, but honestly, I do believe that if everybody's patient, it can go through. I know it doesn't exactly hit my channel very often because I don't use mods. But it is something it's important for all of that. I'm always the type of person who advocates for modability in a video game. Because you own the game. If you've downloaded the game, you own your copy of the game. I 100% believe that, and anybody who tells you differently and wants to act like, oh, you don't own your games, you know, they can just suck shit, because I'm not going to pay for a game and not own it. If you genuinely believe I shouldn't, like, I don't own the game, I'll find a way to own it. Honestly. I'll own it some way. You just won't know. Because people are going to pay for that kind of thing regardless. People are going to. It's not going to be an issue of that. Ever. Really. It's going to be one of those things where that's wrong. There we go.
Smart choice.
It's our turn.
It's something that baffles me. The fact that one person or a group of people thinks, oh, hey, wouldn't this be funny? And decides, oh, hey, a whole section of the fucking internet deserves to be taken down because I don't like them. Or just for the shits and giggles. It's very much a problem. But as a community of gacha players, we'll get through it. We will. There are things like, specifically if you're going for a lot of like SFW mods, Game Banana is perfectly fine. The only reason like the other Discord servers really exist is for some of the NSFW mods that don't, you know, or modders that are like just starting out and they don't really like how Game Banana handles things. That's typically what these modding servers are for. Is that so they can be like, yeah, hey, I'm going to you know, I'm going to deal with it, I guess. Like, I'm gonna deal with, you know, something like Patreon or Booth or any other like pay site in order to, you know, get my mods out there, and then Discord servers spread those, essentially. Again, perfectly normal loop, to be honest. Perfectly normal loop of things. But I did want people to know that that's a thing. I wanted people to know, hey, you know, there might be some complications if you're like, specifically because I've been playing a lot of this game. I wanted people to know that it's something that's... You should know it at the very least, because it's... A lot of people, they might not say, oh hey, like I use mods or anything. They might not say it, but they might actually use them.
Exploring the outside.
It's our turn.
And just not say it out loud because they're kind of scared that, oh hey, you know, something might happen. But you can talk about it so long as you're not kind of being what I would say stupid about it. If you're not being very dumb about it. That's why I don't name names. I don't say the creators of mods. I just mention that mods are a thing. Because everybody knows they are. You can see them on, just out in the open, on fucking YouTube and shit. Hell, everybody knows Game Banana too. Or anybody who's really modded some other types of games knows Game Banana. So it is something that's like,
Let's get to work.
you know, common knowledge, pretty much. But I feel like it's worth mentioning. It's worth talking about. Because you're not going to see a lot of people talking about it. About how currently the Hoyo modding community is at risk from somebody or a group of bad actors. It's someone who either has a ton of alts and all of the time in the world on their hands, or it's a group of people who are either doing it maliciously or are being, you know, dicks just to do it. They're just like, oh, ha ha, you know, that kind of shit. But either way, I feel it's good. It's good to get that out there. That's been happening in this community. And honestly, I hope it brings a bit more attention to it, to where these people are shamed. The people who do that kind of thing and go out of their way to, you know, try to mess with gaming communities like that. I feel like they deserve to be shamed publicly. They should be laughed and pointed at for being dumb. Like, actually. Somebody should sit them in a chair, put a white cap on their head, and just point and laugh. They deserve the dunce cap. But either way, thank you all so much for watching, and if you want to support me in a way that's not just watching these videos, then I have two ways you can go about doing that down below in the description. The first way is my Honeygain referral code link. I'm not sponsored by Honeygain. However, to support me through that link, all you have to do is click it, sign up for Honeygain, and then download the Honeygain app on either your PC or Android device, and then use the device, and you're all set. You're helping me earn my own payout through Honeygain, as well as earning a little bit of money for yourself. It's not something that's very fast, but it is something that's free and you don't have to do anything to actually, or you don't have to do anything necessarily out of your way to make that money. The other way is my Coffee link down in the description. It is just a donations page. There is no exclusive content, exclusive videos. None of that's on there. It is strictly for donations. If you enjoy my content and you want to help me eventually get better hardware and more games to be able to play on said hardware, the hardware comes first because my PC is ass. Excuse me. But now, for anybody who sat through this entire video, has gotten through 21 minutes of me kind of explaining this scenario with the Hoyo modding community, I wanted to genuinely thank you for watching, and I'm glad that you decided I was worth your time. I was worth enough of your time, at the very least, to give me that. And I know it's not like a ton of time, or people wouldn't say, oh, half an hour isn't a ton of time. But time is finite. We don't have infinite amount of time. And even giving me, a minute of your time is more than I could ask for. And if you got this far and you're hearing this, that means you spent the entire video listening. And I really appreciate that. I'm glad you thought I was worth enough of your time to sit here and just listen, or watch and listen. I'm very glad. It makes me feel warm and nice inside. But I genuinely wanted you to hear me thank you from the bottom of my heart. And to everybody else who's watching, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one.